Hey guys, okay, so here is section 10.2, simplifying radical expressions. And the word radical, that just stands for a root. And we're going to specifically be doing square roots today. I know y'all have heard of square roots, obviously. You know, you can type them in your calculator. But some square roots, like for example, and I'm in your book here on page 612, the square root of 80, if you were to type that in the calculator, you would get a decimal. And a decimal, you know, you have to round, obviously, some kind of way, whether it's the tens or the hundredths or whatever. But I'm going to teach you in this lesson how to simplify square root without using your calculator and without getting a decimal, and this will give you an exact answer. And there are, you know, some things, math problems and things that need an exact answer and you cannot round. Like for example, if you were building a bridge or, you know, anything like that, you don't want to just say 5.6-ish, that's good, you know, that would be important to have an exact answer if you were doing something important like that. So I'm going to teach you, and you will use this in geometry and in trig and in a lot of subjects, so it's important to know how to simplify a square root. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so I went ahead and worked out a few problems ahead of time. Square roots, just for example, like the square root of 49 would be 7. The square root of 16 would be 4. The square root of 25 is 5, and so on and so forth. So y'all kind of should be familiar with that. I know you did that last year in pre-algebra. I'm going to attach a table of the common perfect squares so that you will have that list to refer to. But what I'm going to show you today is how to break down things that, like for example, the square root of 72. If you type that in your calculator, you're going to get a decimal. So what I want to show you how to do is to break that down, and this is the way I want you to do it. A lot of people think, what times what is 72? Well, most people think, you know, 8 times 9, okay? But I don't want you to use 8 times 9. I want you to use the biggest perfect square that goes into 72. And 36 is the largest perfect square that goes into 70. This will make it easier for you to break it down. If you break square root of 72 into square root of 36 times the square root of 2, then you can take the square root of 36, that's 6, and then of course square root of 2 does not break down. So the answer to the square root of 72, if to break that down, you would get 6 square root of 2. And that's all you do, okay? A lot of people say, well, Miss Carrie, what would happen if I, you know, just didn't think of that and I did the square root of 8 times the square root of 9? Sorry, you can't see that. You know, that would be okay, but the square root of 8 can be broken down into the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. You just have to, it would just be more steps to do it like that. And I'm okay with that if that's what you want to do. You know, the square root of 2 cannot be broken down. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 9 is 3. And, you know, 2 times 3, of course, is 6. 6 square root of 2. So you would eventually get it, you know, you would get it right. Just a little bit more work. So, you know, the way I did it, I chose 36 and 2 and just went straight to 6 square root of 2. So it's a little simpler. So, you know, again, that's not wrong if you want to do it like that. But, you know, just I was just showing you the easiest way to get there the quickest. Here's another one, square root of 32. I would break that down into square root of 16 times square root of 2. The square root of 16 is 4, and so that would be 4 square root of 2 for that problem. All right, I'm going to show you a couple more, but I'm going to show you those in a separate video.